Man, I should really finish that assignment.
Another classic tweet. I've been at this for a while. I should probably take a break. What? Nighttime already? Ugh, where did the day go? Man, if only I could find some way to stop procrastinating so much. A short attention span? Well, I may have just the solution for you. What if every time you were unproductive, you were given negative reinforcement? Much like how someone should make fun of you for those dirty dishes on your desk, you can train robots to do tasks better by giving them good and bad rewards. Well, if you can teach a robot to do things by calling it names, then surely you could do the same with a real person. It's basically the same thing, I think, but instead of trying to open doors or not bump into walls, we're trying to fix deep-rooted psychological issues, which should be a piece of cake. See, me personally, I spend a lot of time on Twitter because of the silly little pictures and words, but unfortunately it does take up a lot of time when I could be doing other, probably more important things. So I've created a robot that's going to help me increase my productivity and force me to stop using Twitter. By shooting me. It's a gun. The code determines if I've been on Twitter for too long by monitoring the amount of tweets I've liked. Every few seconds, we pull info about my account from the Twitter API. We take that, and if it returns a new liked tweet, then we send a message over to an Arduino on the Nerf gun. The Arduino receives these messages over Bluetooth, and then sends a signal to a relay that controls an actuator hooked up to the trigger. Except it can't, because it won't connect to my computer. I don't know why, because it's worked before, and so now it just sits there, mocking me with its little red light that won't stop blinking! So I got a really long cable instead. If you're cool, then you've seen the last video I made, which used a push-pull actuator, which those are really nice because you only need one relay to push power through the actuator, and a spring pulls it back afterwards. But it's actually going to be a lot more effective to use a linear actuator for this project. Now, if you take that and two relays, you can actually toggle between the two different states. So if you want to hold down the trigger, you just have to toggle it on, and then you toggle it off afterwards. This also means that once the actuator is in position, you don't have to send any more power to it to keep it there. This is especially important with the actuators that I'm using because they have a tendency to completely fucking melt. That's actually really cool. That's awesome.
I've been scrolling for a while. I don't even like this stuff. The hell?
In order to see if this thing actually works or not, I was a brave little guy and took up the noble task of forgetting I left it on all afternoon. As you can see, I'm starting to get scared. Oh yeah, and sometimes it just mag dumps you. Wow, that sure was a cool idea. I think that concludes my very real, legitimate scientific research. And now it's time to flip this and make a profit, okay? If there's any big corporate business people who want to pay me a lot of money for this invention, do that. Yeah, I can see it now. One of these in every cubicle across the country. All productivity will be through the roof. Okay, now subscribe to my awesome YouTube channel. You don't have to, but